celebrating 1 year on Mounjaro. Hi, my name is Kerry and this is my Mounjaro journey. So I started taking Mounjaro on the 6th of October 2024 and today is 6th of October 2025. Now, I actually tried to start this current weight loss journey back in April 2024 and I weighed 100 kilograms or 15 stone, 10.4 pounds or 220 pounds, well 220.4 pounds to be precise. And yes, I lost 6.4 kilograms or a stone or 14 pounds, and that took me 5 months to lose that with a low calorie diet and going to the gym 3 times a week doing strength training. And just before I decided to take Mounjaro, I had a phone call from the doctors to say that I had now got fatty liver disease, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And I asked, well, what can I do about it? I'm doing all the right things. I'm low calorie diet. I'm trying to lose weight. And she couldn't really give me an answer. So I says, well, what about Mounjaro? She said, if you want to go down that route, it might be a good idea for you. So I looked into it and got my pen. And then the first day I took the jab was on 6th of October 2024. It was a Sunday and an official weigh day for me. So I weighed myself on that Sunday and it was 93.6 kilograms or 14 stone, 10.4 pounds or 206.4 pounds. So today, to make it an official day as well, weigh in, I am now at 63.3 kilograms, having lost 36.7 kilograms or 9 stone, 13.6 pound, having lost 5 stone, 10.8 pounds, or 139.6 pounds, having lost 80.8 pounds. I'm very proud of that. In fact, I am probably weighing the least I've weighed in all my adult life. I started dieting when I was 15, when the school said I was obese. And I remember at 15 years old getting down to about 53 kilograms. I'm not sure what that is in stones or pounds. It's a lot less than now. I think it's about 8 stone something. But I was 15 then. And I don't think I want to go much lower than what I am now. I want to hit the healthy range, but I only just want to be in it. With regards to the BMI. So to do that, I need to be 9 stone 6. So I've still got 3.4 kilograms to lose or 7.6 pounds. I'm not that far off. And yes, I know other people have lost the weight a hell of a lot quicker than me. I tend to lose on average 1.1 pounds a week. Which I'm happy with, because pre-Mounjaro, it took me 5 months to lose 14 pounds. So Mounjaro, even though I'm only losing a little amount at a time, I am still losing it. And for the vast majority of that journey, I have lost weight. There has been on occasions that I have gained a little bit of weight, like a couple of weeks ago. We went away for a few days. I decided not to inject because I had been having side effects, and I gained a little bit of weight. I gained 0.2 pounds. Worth it? Yes, totally. And sometimes, yes, I'm still on the jab, and yes, I've still gained a bit of weight, but that's all part of the journey. I've not really had any plateaus, so to speak of. I've had just before I moved from 5 milligrams, I was having little few weeks where I was either gaining weight or staying the same. So I decided to go up to 7.5 milligrams, even though it's not meant to change how much weight you've lost. It just helps you get better suppression, even though that's a side effect. So throughout my journey, I have been 1 month on 2.5 milligrams. And then from November, I started the 5 milligram, and I stayed on that until the end of July. And then at the beginning of August, I started 7.5 milligram, and I'm staying on that until I get down to my weight. Then I'm going to move down. I'm going to try take down. Now, also in that time, I've had 3 weeks where I did not inject. I did not take the jab because I was ill. I had gastroenteritis and low sodium levels. So I had 3 weeks off, and that was end of November and then 2 weeks in December, which is quite hard because the shops, all the food is there, all the nice food. But I remember my mum saying, do you want any mince pies, gluten-free mince pies and that? And I said, no. I remember saying, I don't want anything like that because I've worked too damn hard to put on weight while I am not on the jab. So I was trying really hard, and I did put a little bit of weight on, but not much. I think it was about a pound or so that I did actually put on, which I was quite pleased about. So I'm going to talk about non-scale victories for the whole journey. So the first one is my clothes size. I've gone from average of an 18 or 20 size down to a size 12 or 14, depending on what clothes I'm wearing. Like, it was probably 20 for jeans and 18 for leggings, even though like the other day I put some leggings on that I pulled out of my cupboard and they were extra large and they were enormous on me. But generally I am now a size 12 clothes, and sometimes I prefer a 14 because it just gives me a bit more space, but I can comfortably get into size 12. Like I bought 2 coats last year, size 12s, and they are now fitting me. I can get them on, I can fasten them, I can actually wear jumpers with those coats. Whereas when I bought the size 12 coat, it was a Barber jacket, well, it was a Barber wax jacket, and I got that because the store was like closing down and everything was on sale, and I thought, well, I've always wanted one, so I'm going to purchase one. And the only size they'd got left was a size 12, so I bought it because I thought, well, I can get it on without a jumper, but I'll keep it in the cupboard until I can actually get it on with a jumper and go out and move my arms and everything about it. And then the other coat that I bought was a size 12. I bought that from a charity shop, and that was a Rab coat. So I'm in that as well, nicely fastened up, can get jumpers on. The other major non-scale victory is that I move a lot more. I can get up quickly, I can get down as well, like when you're doing gardening and picking things up, easily get down. You know, if my shoelaces are undone, I can easily bend down to do my shoelaces up. Whereas before I started this weight loss journey, that would have been difficult. I would have been looking for a place where I could actually lift my leg up to tie my shoelaces rather than bend down to tie my shoelaces. And while we're talking about shoes, I'm also in a size smaller shoe as well. So I've got some size 6 shoes. They're a bit too big for me now, and I struggle to walk in them. Size 5s I'm fine, and even in size 4 for some of the trainers that I've got. So yes, your feet definitely do shrink or do go bigger depending on your size. Belts, I've gone from an extra large down to a small, and have got rings left, you know, holes so that it's not right on the edge. Same with the watch straps. I've had to change watch straps. I've had to move them around so that they actually fit on my wrist. Another thing I didn't put on is, you know, when you go to the doctors and you're having your blood pressure done, they used to go hunting for the bigger cuff for my arm. Now they just put the normal cuff on and they don't go hunting for it. And I can also get my sleeves up when I'm having blood tests or anything without thinking, right, I need to wear a t-shirt, so that they've got easy access. Now I can wear a long sleeve top and just pull that up, and they can do blood pressure, and they can take my bloods And my blood pressure is normal as well, so that's another non-scale victory. I've always had trouble with moving with suppleness. Like, I didn't used to be able to lift my leg up, and stretch it at the back where you're holding it with. I can do that now. I still struggle, but I can actually do it. Another one is fitting behind the steering wheel. With being short, I'm only 5'1". With being short, I have to have my chair really near to the steering wheel, and I have to have it set so it's up as well, so that I can see over the dashboard. And prior to that, the steering wheel used to be really tight. It used to rub across my belly as well, because the steering wheel, now there's a gap. I can easily get in and out of the car, and a gap. Before, I'd be like that and struggle in and out of the car. Same with parking. If you park and somebody parks a bit too near to you, sometimes I've had to climb into the car going in the passenger side so that I can get in and out. In fact, I was quite proud of that as well, because I could easily climb into the passenger side and climb over where the handbrake and the gears and everything is. I could climb over that, which I struggled with before. So I can squeeze in the car, or I can climb over, and finding it much easier than before. I've also reversed that liver disease, which was the reason why I first started with Mounjaro, because it is known, both Mounjaro and Wegovy is known to reverse liver disease. In some countries, it's the first step in medication for anybody that's got liver disease, is either Ozempic, Wegovy, which is the same thing, they're just different brand names for different things, or Mounjaro. And I've also seen improvements in my numbers for chronic kidney disease. I'm stage 3A, but my numbers have improved that much that I'm probably stage 2 now. So, but that's what I was diagnosed with. Now, side effects. When I was on 2.5, I struggled with nausea a lot. And when I was on 5 milligrams, to begin with, I struggled with nausea and sulfur burps. But then I got diagnosed with low sodium levels, which was caused with one of my blood pressure tablets, which they removed from me, and also I needed electrolytes. So I have electrolytes every day, especially if I'm working out, I have electrolytes. And I also changed my jab site from my stomach to my thigh, and that improved drastically. I stopped having nausea and sulfur bursts. Now, also on the 5 milligram, I did have an episode of vomiting and diarrhea, and I only had that once where it was really bad, and that was when I restarted back on Mounjaro, having 3 weeks off. But I'd already discussed that with both the doctor and the prescribing pharmacist, and they said that I could carry on with 5 milligrams. Now, it was my own fault because I ate the wrong food before jabbing. I ate sausage and mash, which was too fatty for it, and hence the reason why I vomited and had diarrhea. And I had quite severe diarrhea because I had to take like 5 Imodiums before it stopped. So, and I needed it to stop because I was traveling as well. So that was my own fault. So I know now that when I'm jabbing, I don't have heavy meals. I don't have really fatty meals. I'm more likely to have chicken and baked potato and veg than I am to have anything else. Also, like I say, jab site, I changed to my thigh, and then towards the end with 5 milligrams, I changed to my stomach with jabbing, because I was finding that injecting into my thigh was quite hurting a bit, and I didn't have the same side effects as previous in the stomach. Then when I went to 7.5 milligrams, I stayed in the stomach, and then I started getting all the side effects again, nausea and sulfur burps and a little bit of diarrhea. I didn't get vomiting or anything like that, but just I didn't feel good for a few days, and especially when I split dose, I ended up having 2 days where I didn't feel good instead of just one day. So I decided, right, what was the major difference that I did to improve on the 5 milligrams with side effects? And that was change my jab site. So I've gone back to jabbing on my thigh. I'm no longer doing split dosing. I am taking the full dose at 7.5, and I am not suffering with any side effects. So this last pen, in the last 3 doses where I have jabbed in my thigh, I have not had any side effects. So for me, that is the key. And I think the reason why the stomach for me is not very good is because I am celiac, and being a celiac, our stomach lining has been damaged over the years. Yes, I've been non-gluten since I was diagnosed 21 years ago. Good grief, 21 years ago. I have been on a non-gluten diet, but there are still errors, there's still cross-contamination and things like that. I don't purposely go looking to eat gluten. I'm very good at like that. I know some people, because they don't get any side effects or anything, will still eat gluten, but the damage is being done. So I reckon that's why I'm more sensitive in the stomach. So for somebody else, it may make no difference whatsoever switching jab sites, but for me, it does. So if you are suffering side effects and you're on a lower dose or whatever and you're finding it difficult, try a different jab site. You never know, it may work. So that so far has been my journey. I have lost a lot of weight that I'm pleased with. I'm the thinnest I've ever been in my adult life, even in my teenage years. I think, like I said, the last time I was 53 kilograms, I was 15 years old, and I didn't stay that weight. I've always been fat. I was a fat baby. I was a fat toddler. I was a fat child. I was a fat teenager. I was obese because that's why the school rang my mum. Not because I ate unhealthily or I didn't exercise. I used to ride my bike everywhere. I was in the karate club. I played cricket. I used to run. I used to swim. I used to do... In fact, I was in netball. I was really very good at netball. I was in the first team at netball and was put up to represent my country. I didn't, because I came on holiday to visit my grandmother instead. But I was a very good netball player. So I was fit, except I was fat. Fit and fat. So yes, I am thankful that Mounjaro and GLP-1 came along and made a huge difference, because I would not be this weight today. And there's the other benefits, like my blood pressure is normal, my liver disease is reversed, my chronic kidney disease is better than it's been in years, and I just genuinely feel so much better, and I want to move about, I want to do things. I'm much better at getting up and just getting on with things, whereas before I'd struggle with that, and that food noise is not there, and knowing that I'm full as well. I never knew about being full. I always wanted to continue eating because I never felt full, whereas now I feel full, I stop. I am pleased that I can eat as well, so I haven't got that full suppression. I can still manage 3 meals a day, but I just don't overeat. And yes, I've had crisps along the way. Yes, I've had chocolate along the way, although I stopped eating chocolate for over a year. And that was nothing to do with Mounjaro. I just suddenly stopped eating chocolate because I suddenly took a dislike to it. I haven't started eating chocolate bars or anything like that, but I do now have a chocolate biscuit or a hot chocolate, something like that. You know, although I've had 2 hot chocolates since April 2024. And I've also been craving food at the moment. I've recently craved a pizza, and I had one. I didn't have a full one. I only had half, but I really enjoyed it. And I've been craving a steak and ale pie. Now, Pie Minster do a really good gluten-free steak and ale pie, but I haven't bought it because they are really expensive and I know I'm going to leave most of it. So I'm like, one day I may give in to that craving. So it's been a great year. I'm carrying on. I have booked my maintenance call with Oos Pharmacy. You don't have to book a call now if you are a client of theirs, a current client. You can just fill a form in now. But I think I'm going to still have that call because I want to talk about titrating down and maybe moving across to Wegovy for maintenance. I don't know because it is a lot cheaper, but does that make any difference? Some people say yes it does, other people say no it doesn't. I don't know, so I'll have a chat with them. And again, like I say, I've only booked it in December because it's giving me time to get down to that 9 stone 6. I don't want to go any lower. If I do, it is what it is, but I know that maintenance is going to be a whole different journey. An harder journey maybe, I don't know, but I'm looking forward to the challenge. So I'm going to love you and leave you. I hope you have a fantastic week, and put down in the comments any celebrations, how you're doing, any non-scale victories, any scale victories, or even if you just want to rant and moan about something, just put it down, because one of the reasons why I haven't done a video for a couple of weeks is, yes, I've been away and I've been extremely busy sorting out my brother's stuff, what needs to be done for him, and doing some of my own stuff, and getting very angry at the bank. Very angry, so that I even swore at them. And I don't normally swear at people because I am of the attitude that, it's just people's jobs. They need to do their jobs and they shouldn't be sworn at or anything. But I lost it because the guy was a dick, an insulting dick, and quite frankly he deserves swearing at. So yeah, I'm over all that, and I'm looking forward to another year, maybe 2 years on Mounjaro, maybe lower doses. They may bring in microdosing. Vanessa Phelps was talking about that. Now, I don't watch daytime TV, but it came up on my phone, so I had a little watch of that. So I love you and leave you, and like I say, anything in the comments, and I'll speak to you later. Bye.